don't want to destroy you, but I will. The motor will be free, and then I get to play He-Man Strongman and try to muscle this thing out. Woo! Nasty glory. Now it's time to cut. Yeah, that's not good. But now, cut motorcycle in half. What have I done? What up, y'all? We're back in the shop today. I'm finishing up some work on my buddy Blake's 92 FXR. He actually got this thing passed down to him from his grandfather, who bought it brand new. Before his grandfather passed it down to him, he actually put a couple 100,000 miles on it. So we've gone through and done all kinds of work. Maybe in another video I'll go over on a full description. But yeah, I've done a lot of work on this thing, and it came in for some other maintenance. I'm gonna have to charge Blake a little bit extra because, as you can see, it's dirty as hell, and he doesn't like to clean his bikes. But anyways, we're gonna be taking it off the lift, and we're gonna get going on Josh's Sportster chopper. So, according to Lowbrow's instructions, you're supposed to cut 6 inches back from the motor plate. And last time when I cut this thing, I didn't have a square, so I left a little bit of extra meat on the frame, on the part that we're actually going to use. Let's see here. So the idea is that we're square with the frame. Where the square hits, we want to go 6 inches up from that. So I left about a 1/4 inch. So I need to whack another 1/4 inch out of the front part of that frame, and then do some cleaning on there before we can try to fit the hardtail. So that'll be what I do next. So after measuring the portion of the frame that we cut off, we're about a 1/4 inch. We left about a 1/4 inch of meat on there. So all I got to do is measure and chop off a 1/4 inch. I'm going to double check the top. On the top, we're supposed to be 1 inch back from the motor mount. I'm pretty sure I left some meat on there. Once we know that the cut's good, then we're going to go in. We're going to clean up this area around the tube. We need to clean up the inside, the outside. We're also going to drill holes on the lower parts and the upper, and so that way when we go to put the hardtail into the frame, that gives us a good spot to do some rosette welds to start off, and then we'll go from there. 1/4 inch. That one. Good enough. Good enough for the girls I go with. Just kidding, my wife's awesome. Now some may ask, why are you using a razor blade? The cool thing about a razor blade is it's like the thinnest line possible. So you don't have to second guess yourself like, oh shit, did I mark on the inside of the line or the outside of the line? Because like the Sharpie line can be, you know, 1/8 of an inch or 1/4 of an inch thick. So at least now I know the exact line where I got it cut. Not worry about splitting the Sharpie lines. Ooh, yeah, so this little sander, I don't even know what they're technically supposed to be called. But when I used to work as a deburr guy in a machine shop a long time ago, we used to use these a lot, and they're great for getting inside, like the inside diameter of a hole and cleaning things up. So yeah, that's why I like to use these when I'm cleaning up the inside of tubes or anything where it's kind of hard to get in there with like a sanding wheel or something along those lines. So. Love it when they do that. Next, I'm going to double check my measurements on this top tube. I think I have to cut that one shorter too, if I remember correctly. Oh yeah, like a lot shorter. I left quite a bit on there, so. All right, so I don't know what I was thinking when we cut this thing, but I left way too much meat on the top tube. According to lowbrow, it's 9/16 the measurement. So if we look, there's our 6, there's our 1/2 inch. Right after the 1/2 inch is 9/16. That's where we're gonna mark it. So we wanna make sure we have a good line right there. And we'll go ahead and cut that guy back. Fucking comment, you gotta unplug the grinder when you change the disc. Probably should, but if you just don't hit the trigger while you're fucking with it, then that's also okay too. Just, you know, common sense stuff. Place it. I'm sure somebody's gonna talk shit that there's no guard on that grinder too, so I don't know. Can't please everybody, unfortunately. Cool. So now we pretty much got the tubes cleaned up where we want them. Cleaned the paint off because I got a little bit more to clean off there, but obviously when you're welding, you don't want any kind of debris in your welds like paint or oils. I also took the flap disc and put a nice bevel around this tube, around here and around here. That allows you to, once I slap the hardtail on there, gives us a little bit of a groove to kind of set our filler into when we go to weld it. Next thing I'll do is pop a couple holes in here and a couple in here. And that'll give us some spot to do what's called a rosette weld, which is basically when you have an open hole and then material behind it, you fill the hole up with with weld, and that's a rosette weld. So that's what we'll do next. Well, first thing we want to do, see how it fits. Oh yeah, like a glove. That's good. Nice tight fit. We'll check the top. Top's got a good fit, so when we go to put it in, see? So what can happen sometimes when they're making these is the either the hardtail itself or the frame might be a little off in this space. Unfortunately, right now, this is narrower than this. We don't really have a lot of meat to clamp this to make this fit, so we're gonna have to figure out a way to spread these out a little bit. I actually don't know how I'm gonna do that, but I'll figure something out. Good old Harbor Freight. Beautiful. Perfect. Couple of 1/2-inch holes. We'll pop another one up top. The weld is going to engage the plug on the hardtail. Once this is welded, it's going to get all smoothed down anyway, so you're not going to see it. So your position this way doesn't really matter all that much. I put them on the outside because that's going to be the easiest place to get to it when the motor's in there. Same thing with the top. I'm just going to put one dead center up top. Perfect. Installing the old girl out. Oh. Hey. Oh, it broke my shit. Damn it. Yeah, it broke the little tip off. Son of a bitch. Son of a bitch. That's okay. I'll make it work. Oh yeah, she's a little wobbly, huh? Let's see. Jesus. All right, we're good.
Did he go flying inside?
I don't know where it is. Yeah, it's fucking, now it's jammed in there. Oh well. Merry Christmas, Josh. This is gonna be fun. Damn, it's like right fucking there. It's gonna whack me in the fucking head. I'm gonna have to get a little crafty with a hammer. This hammer. How am I going to spread this apart? Oh, you bitch. What I really need is like some carpenter's clamps to spread the lower tubes. I doubt this thing's gonna flex enough because it's got a big old, it moved a little bit. It's got like a support right there. So close, but yet so far. Damn it, dude. All right, so plan number B. I'm gonna actually put a bevel on these plugs and hopefully be able to just kind of ram her on in there and use the bevel to my advantage. Let's see here. Probably not lowbrow's recommended method, but it'll be all right. We don't really care about the front side of these plugs. We're welding farther back on. In there, baby. Come on, get in there. There we go. Ugh. Come on. Okay, what I'm gonna do now is take one of my straps, run around the neck, pull that in. Oh, this is our, this is the rear axle adjusters that come with the hardtail kit. What is this? Oh, I think that's the brake tab. So they were kind enough to tie those onto the frame. And then looks like we got some more hardware. I did the People's Champ competition when Show Class Mag was doing it. And Lowbrow was just cool, man. They're great sponsors. They hooked us up with, I think it was a couple $100 worth of gear, or a couple $100 worth of like credit on their website. So number one, they're awesome. But number two, the way these axle plates are made, I really like the look of them. Some people like the ones that loop around, like I think Prisms is like that. There's a couple other companies that loop them, but I really like the way these axle plates look. And yeah, so that's why we ended up going with the lowbrow setup. I made it to top 13 and didn't make it to top 6, and then I never finished it, which kind of haunts me. I really want to finish that bike. It's pretty cool. It's basically a replica of Crazy Frank's bike that he had in Street Chopper magazine in, I think, '78. So I built my own Crazy Frank fender, extended and goosenecked the frame. I built my own springer for it. I have the motor, I have the transmission. I need to rebuild the transmission. But once I got eliminated from the competition, I kind of lost steam, and also, you know, money was a factor. Obviously, if I was just building it to finish it, it was hard to justify spending all the cash to actually get it done. But someday I will get it done. But if you guys want to see that thing get done, shoot me a comment or a like or a subscribe, or just let me know. If there's enough love for it, I'll do something with it. Right now I'm a little more focused on customers' bikes, obviously, but it's definitely something that I'd love to get finished eventually. So loose, just a little bit of wiggle room. So right now I'm just setting up the motor mounts in the frame, leaving them a little bit loose so that when we go to pick the motor up and drop it in there, we got a little bit of wiggle room. And once we get the motor sat, it'll sit, there's dowel pins that'll sit in these holes. Then we'll get the bolt started for this and just tighten everything up. We'll get the top motor mount in, the front end. Once everything's cranked down, then we can go ahead and lay a couple tacks and weld basically everywhere that we can get to. I'm probably gonna tack it with my MIG welder just because it's really easy. It's, you know, pull the trigger and it welds. But when I go to actually do the full weld on the frame, I'm gonna use a TIG welder because it's stronger, cleaner, and just a better method. So now obviously this motor's got to go in and out a couple times, so I'm not going to leave it like this. This motor is going to be completely detailed. I'm probably going to end up changing a bunch of stuff on it, but just for now, only thing I really want to worry about is making sure that these mounting surfaces are clean, because that's kind of where we're getting our reference. Like I said before, the motor is the jig in this situation. That's kind of what keeps the frame straight and together. So I want to make sure we have the cleanest surface possible, at least on the mounting points. Okay. Clean these surfaces real quick. Crust out of there so we're not knocking shit in between the motor and the frame. Lock Fucking hell. Oh, you can't video of me stretching? Look at, I may be chubby, but I can grab the shit out of my toes, baby. I'm still a little flexible. Oh. All right. God damn it. Tyler, if you happen to watch this video, Tyler from Lowbrow, you made it look real easy in your video, so we'll see how much I struggle with it. God damn it. Son of a bitch! Oh, I gotta pull this thing back out again too. So obviously it's not bolted in yet, but big thing is you gotta make sure these little alignment dowels pop up in those holes. So to do that, gotta get crafty. Grab it, motor, put it back in there. Yeah, that's gonna be fun. Boom, baby. That's it. That's the money shot right there. All right. Let's get those back bolts in. Pop up to the front. In there like swimwear. Yeah, look at that, dude. Got ourselves a chopper. You know what I can't wait? To hear Josh complain about his back hurt. After I told him numerous times, I don't know if he's gonna want a hardtail bike. Nice Nylox. Head runs like right next to it. What up, y'all? As you can see by my lowbrow jacket, it's a new day. We had to kind of stop what we were doing last time. We ran out of time, but we're gonna get the hardtail welded on today and get the motor back out and get the frame ready for the next step, which I haven't really told anybody yet. So it's gonna be cool. Right now, what we're just trying to do is get the hardtail welded to the frame, and up here, obviously, I could get to it with the TIG welder if I needed to, but down below, there's not really a lot of room, and so it's a lot easier to get it with a MIG. MIG's just as strong as TIG if done correctly. It's not as clean, but not too worried about that for this step. So. We'll clean that up. All right. Okay. God, those are some ugly ass welds. spacing ain't gonna be correct. Dig it. We're doing different wheels for sure, but he's got a 21 spool we're putting up front and then a spoke. So these mags will be going up for sale. So basically, we got to pull the motor back out. I've welded, not the prettiest welds.
Afraid to look ugliness in the face? Look at it! It's ugly, isn't it?
I need to get the motor out of the way to weld the rest of it. The theory is that what I have welded so far is stable enough that it's not going to move around when I finish welding it. That's the idea, at least. Wish I could say it gets easier the more you do it, but it fucking don't. That's for sure. All right, just gotta get in here and finish up welding this shit. We'll clean up these welds and that'll be that. That's better. That'll do. She's a roller, baby. Hell yeah. Well, that's it for today, guys. We're done welding the frame together and we'll be ready to go to the next step, which I haven't really told anybody yet, but we're actually going to be extending the backbone and the neck on this thing. So we could stop right here. This could be finished as far as the hardtail goes, but we're gonna take it a step further. So we're actually gonna go out 2 inches, up 2 inches. We're gonna rake the neck a little bit. The next video you'll get to see when I take this thing down to the bare frame. We're gonna get it up in the jig and start cutting some more. So anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. We just hit 100 subscribers on the YouTube page, so appreciate y'all. Follow along on Instagram, on TikTok, everything is under Yeti Machine Co. So thanks guys.